Hi everyone. I hope you've all had a good day. The stories that I've picked out for tonight, this book comes with 3 stories in it. And so the first story is called A Good Samaritan. When Jesus taught the people, they asked him questions. Sometimes, instead of answering, Jesus would tell the people a story. This is one of those stories. The question was, who is my neighbor? A man was traveling along a road from Jerusalem to Jericho. Robbers hid, waiting for people to come along. The man did not suspect any harm. He walked closer and closer. The robbers jumped him. The robbers stole all the man's belongings. Then they beat him and left him. The man laid on the side of the road alone. No one passed for a while. The man thought that he would die there. That's so sad. First, a priest came along. I am too busy to stop. Then a Levite passed by. I will act like I never saw the injured man. He crossed to the other side of the road. The man grew weaker as time passed. That's so terrible. I hope that's something you guys would never do. A Samaritan found the man. Drink this, said the Samaritan. I will help you. He lifted the hurt man and took him to an inn. The Samaritan paid the innkeeper, then later returned to make sure that the man recovered. Jesus finished telling the people this story. He asked, who do you think was the good neighbor to the man who fell victim to the robbers? Someone said, the man who had mercy. Jesus said, go and be like him. I love when Jesus tells us some things through a story by parables. The next one is called The Parable of the Talents. Jesus taught people about heaven by telling stories. This is one of those stories. A rich man was going away on a long trip. He called his workers together so he could tell them. I have to go away for a while, he said. I want you to take care of my land while I am gone. I also am going to give you some money. I want you to put this money to work until I come back. The first man invested his 5 talents in business. The second man did the same. The third man went to the field. He dug a hole and buried his talents to keep it safe until his boss returned. So remember, we just said on the page before, talents was another word for money, okay? The first man made 5 talents from the talents he invested. The second man said, I made 3 talents from my 3 talents. Good job, said the first man. But the third man did not say anything. The rich man returned home. He called his men. Tell me how things went while I was gone. The first 2 men showed their boss the talents they earned. I am proud of you. I will give you more. The third man showed his boss the 1 talent. You wicked, lazy man. Take this 1 talent and give it to the man who earned more with hard work. I expect you to work hard and harvest more. So Jesus was telling a story about how he wants us all to do our best all the time. The last story is called Zacchaeus and Jesus. Zacchaeus had the job of a tax collector. The tax collectors weren't very popular, and most people did not like the tax collectors. He made sure people paid their taxes to the Romans. Sometimes tax collectors acted like bullies. They took extra money. They made other people dislike tax collectors very much. Zacchaeus lived in Jericho. Sometimes he took more money than he should have. He kept the money for himself. He lived a rich life. Most people in Jericho did not like Zacchaeus. They felt he was a sinner. That doesn't sound like he was very fair. One day, Jesus was passing through Jericho. Zacchaeus wanted to see Jesus. Crowds stood in the way. Zacchaeus was a short man, so he ran ahead. Then he climbed a tree so he could see Jesus. Jesus stopped and said, "Come down, Zacchaeus. I want to stay at your house today." Some people began to grumble. They couldn't believe it. One said, "Is Jesus going to stay at the house of a sinner?" Zacchaeus climbed down from the tree and welcomed Jesus with joy. Zacchaeus was excited. He felt Jesus' warmth and love. Something very special happened at Zacchaeus' house that day. Zacchaeus said, "Today I am giving half of all my wealth to the poor. I will pay back all the people I cheated 4 times over." Jesus said, "You were lost, Zacchaeus, but now you have become a saved man." So that story tells us that no matter what we do, Jesus will always love us. Okay? So let's say our prayer tonight. God, today was a great day. It was a fun day. A day that we are super thankful for all the good things that happened. Thank you for our family and our friends, for a home and food to eat, and all our fun times. Now bless us as we drift off to sleep. In Jesus' name, amen. Peace be with you.